military jet crash at MCAS Miramar this morning. I have the latest on the pilot's condition coming up.
High pressure still around, and the heat's going to crank up even more into the start of our weekend. And we still got that high surf to talk about and elevated fire weather. All those details ahead.
Another weekend heat wave is bringing big crowds to the beach. Some safety tips to keep in mind.
A major PowerLink proposal is sparking concerns among community members here in Temecula. Plus, what SDG&E is saying.
Getting outdoors is good for our mental health. In this innovative age, we meet a La Costa Canyon High School student who coded a map with 52 spots for you to mark off every week of the year.
Our breaking news is out of San Diego's backcountry, where a fire is forcing some evacuations near Lake Henshaw. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. That fire is being called the Grade Fire. It broke out about 4 hours ago and has been growing ever since. This is a look at the Watch Duty website. People in the areas in red on your screen are under evacuation orders right now and do need to leave right away. People living in those yellow areas, you don't have to leave just yet, but should start gathering essential items and be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. Evacuees are being directed to Casino Palma, located at 777 Palma Reservation Road.
According to Watch Duty, the app, the fire has burned about 170 acres. At one point, crews described the fire as having a, quote, dangerous rate of spread. We're told more than 300 firefighters are working to establish containment lines as the flames move in a northeast direction. Right now, we don't have any reports of any damage to structures or injuries, but we will continue to keep an eye on this fire and bring you any updates when we get more information. And that fire comes on a weather impact alert day as the county deals with high heat.
And this is just the beginning of what's to come. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis joins us now with a first look at how this heat is going to impact our weekend. Carlene?
That is right. We are going to be impacted this weekend because we are also going to be talking about the elevated fire concerns that are out there. So when we look at conditions right now near that fire, it is 94 degrees. On top of that, as mentioned, it's moving towards the northeast, and that's because the winds are coming out of the southwest, and we have those gusts picking up into double digits with dry air out there. So yes, we are locked into some heat, and we have the heat alerts that are officially in effect for the entire county. Extreme heat warnings right where that fire is burning, as well as seeing that into the weekend forecast is going to be across the inland valleys as well as the mountains. And you also have the desert. Now in the desert, it has been extended because the 1 teens are expected on Monday as well for daytime highs. And so now it will expire at 8 p.m. on Monday, but still the rest of the alerts from the coast all the way to the mountains are set to expire at 8 p.m. on Sunday. So more of these hot highs that will be into the 90s and even triple digits across the mountains as well as for the foothills. And then you're also seeing those 1 teens back in the desert. Highs for tomorrow, 101 for Campo, widespread upper 90s you're seeing. And that's for Ramona as well as for Valley Center. So the mid to upper 90s for most of the inland valleys, and those 90s even extending into the mountains. 98 degrees for Julian, and those 80s dominating the coast. We have the peak of the heat for tomorrow, still looking at alerts into the second half of the weekend, but we do look to slip by next week. So more of those details are coming up in your complete forecast. Back to you, Marcella.
Thanks, Carlene. And as always, you can find our extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. Download it anytime and stream for free.
Our other top story tonight, an investigation into a military fighter jet crash at MCAS Miramar, which sent a pilot to a hospital and sparked a small fire on base today. Marine officials tell News 8 the pilot was able to safely eject before the crash.
That pilot was taken to a hospital for treatment. News 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from near the scene. Alex, what do you know tonight?
Marcelo, it was a tense morning out here as plumes of black smoke filled the air after that F-35 made a crash landing here at MCAS Miramar. And you can still see the charred remains of that once great fighter jet as the investigation into what happened begins.
The crash happened around 10 a.m., sending a massive column of black smoke high into the sky, while the impact sparked a brush fire. Chopper 8 captured the scene as military crews and firefighters rushed to the wreckage, working to contain the fire and secure the area. The aircraft involved was an F-35B, the Marine Corps' short takeoff and vertical landing version of the stealth fighter. Lieutenant Starbuck of MCAS Miramar confirmed to News 8 the pilot successfully ejected before the aircraft crashed and was taken to a medical facility for treatment. No other injuries have been reported. A person working on the base says he watched 2 fighter jets conducting training exercises. He says the first landed safely, but the second appeared to experience trouble during its approach. The eyewitness said the jet's tail dropped too low, the aircraft skidded on the runway, and moments later, the pilot ejected. The U.S. Marine Corps has classified the crash as a Class A mishap, the highest category for military aviation accidents. That designation is used when an aircraft is destroyed, damage exceeds $2 million, or a service member is killed.
The Marine Corps says as of right now, there is no official cause for the crash as the investigation continues. Reporting live, I'm Alex Chaney. Back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. Stay with News 8 for the latest on this story. We will have any updates posted on our website, CBS8.com. You can also follow us on social media or download our free CBS 8 app. If you're headed to the beach this weekend to cool off in search of some relief from this heat, there are some things to be aware of.
News 8's Shannon Handy shares more on the crowds at Mission Beach and the safety warning from San Diego lifeguards.
We've seen a steady crowd here in Pacific Beach as well as Mission Beach throughout the day. Now, of course, our beaches do get crowded during those summer months, so that is no surprise. But lifeguards are anticipating even more people this weekend as they try to stay cool during yet another heat wave.
Even before the sun came out today, people headed to Mission Beach.
Beat the traffic.
For some, the early start was a way to avoid crowds. For others, it was all about escaping the heat.
It's cooler out, it's less humidity.
Well, let's just say I'm not selling a lot of sweatshirts until the evening time.
Hamels manager Skylar McManus says summer weekends always draw crowds, but when it's this hot, it's even busier, combining tourists with locals, a lot of whom are escaping scorching temperatures in our inland areas.
It's definitely packed because let me tell you something, East San Diego gets just blistered with all of the heat and everything, so there's not really a place to go that you can cool off except for the ocean, so they're migrating out here real quick.
Lifeguards say they're fully staffed and ready for the influx of visitors, but they're also urging people to stay aware of dangerous ocean conditions. Strong rip currents and elevated surf continue to impact beaches along the coast.
We've had large surf for weeks now, and we've been making thousands of rescues.
Lieutenant John Maher says warm ocean temperatures, now around 75 degrees, are drawing even more people into the water. He recommends swimming near a lifeguard tower and remembering to wave your arms if you need help. And while the beach may feel cooler, heat illness is still a concern.
We really highly encourage everyone to bring water to the beach, stay hydrated. It doesn't take long to get dehydrated and start to, experience a heat-related illness.
As for the crowds, everyone we came across today says they're loving these conditions, including these sisters who say it's a lot better here than where they're from.
I mean, it's a lot hotter in Minnesota right now. It's more humid, so this is literally perfect to be on the beach all day.
And if you do plan to hit the beach this weekend and you have any questions about those safety tips, you can always ask a lifeguard. Of course, there will be many out here. Another tip to keep in mind, we always like to tell visitors and locals to take back what you take in, keep our beaches clean. Reporting from Pacific Beach, I'm Shannon Handy for News 8.
Thanks, Shannon. And community members in Temecula, they are charged up tonight for a fight over power lines.
A group called Save Temecula is rallying against a proposal from SDG&E that would build a 145-mile high voltage line that would run straight through the heart of the city and into northern San Diego County. News 8's Esmeralda Perez joins us live from Temecula tonight. Esmeralda, what can you tell us about this plan?
I promise I won't sign you up for the Sunday ticket or anything like that.
Well, as community members push back and rally against the Golden Pacific Power Link, SDG&E says it's still in the early stages of planning and environmental review. Take a look at video from the crowd that came out here. Now, the proposed 500 kilovolt transmission line is drawing opposition from a growing number of people here in Temecula. Meanwhile, SDG&E says California's statewide planning process identified a need for additional transmission capacity to meet growing energy demand. They say no final route has been selected. Community members we spoke with say they're concerned about potential fire danger, impacts to wildlife habitat, and how the project could change the area. Those concerns brought people together today to rally against the proposal. Take a listen.
So counter to what Temecula is as a really safe haven.
we all know that this kind of utility infrastructure has grave risks from wildfire, which is already something that our community battles. This would drastically increase the risk.
SDG&E says it understands residents and local leaders have questions about the proposed Golden Pacific Power Link, saying they welcome community input and want residents to take part in the conversation. In a statement, SDG&E says in part, quote, "We remain committed to engaging with residents, local leaders, and community organizations so questions can be addressed and local perspectives can help inform project and planning and environmental review." Now back here live, as you can see, several community members are still out here letting the community know about this proposal. Of course, we're going to continue to stay on top of this plan and keep you updated on any new developments. Back to you.
Thanks, Esmeralda. New survey finds more younger adults are doing away with regular doctor appointments.
Why experts warn that skipping your annual checkup could be costing more in the long run. Still ahead. Plus, California is set to see another minimum wage hike in just a few months. We're breaking down how the annual increases came to be.
And an interactive map built by a North County teen to help guide you to new outdoor discoveries.
But first, it is the very last day of our Stuff the Bus campaign. You can make a financial donation that will go towards school supplies for local students experiencing homelessness. Donate at any San Diego County Credit Union branch or easily online right now at sdccu.com/donate.